I'm beating every N64 game, and I mean all of them. The twist is, the next game I play is randomly selected, so I have no clue what's coming next. This is the journey to beating every N64 game. Hey, welcome to another episode. If you do enjoy this video, consider giving it a like, as it does help the channel a lot. And if you like this series, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Game number 43, Virtual Pool 64. Released in 1998, this game was developed by Celerus and published by Crave Entertainment. Definitely something different here, a pool simulator. I used to play a bunch of these on random internet sites back in the day, like Pogo.com or Candy Stand. They're honestly a lot of fun. Can't say I've ever heard of these being on a console, but hey, let's see what it's all about. The controls for this game are just nuts. There's just so much customization you can do on each shot, as well as the viewing angle of the ball. It does come with the cost though, that the controls can be very overwhelming with how much there is you can do. The main single player mode in this game is tournament mode, so we will win a tournament to beat this game. There are 8 competitors in the tournament, and we play a best of 9 game series in each matchup. Our first match was against Balderdash D. Plunkett. What a name, honestly. There are quite a few games you can play on a pool table, but the one we're playing is 8-ball. If you don't know how it works, the gist is there are 15 balls on the table, 7 solids, 7 stripes, and the 8-ball. We take turns hitting the cue ball into them to try to knock the other balls in. Whoever knocks one in first is assigned solids or stripes based on what kind they knocked in. The goal is to knock in all of your assigned balls in any order and then finally knock in the 8-ball. There's a lot more rules to the game, but this isn't a tutorial on how 8-ball works. This first game, it was going really well. I sunk all my balls in and I was ready to shoot in the 8-ball. The shot was a little off the mark though, and I knocked the cue ball in instead. This is known as a scratch, and it's really bad if you do it when you're trying to knock in the 8-ball because you just instantly lose. Kinda rude, but whatever. That's how the rules work. Game 2 did not go so well. I was down 2 games to none right off the bat. Not so good. Game 3, I got to the 8-ball again and had a pretty good shot. I didn't really like the angle the cue ball would ricochet, but I went for it anyway. And man, that was just unbelievably close to scratching again. Would have been out of the tournament just as it got started. In game 4, the game was pretty even when the computer somehow made an amazing bank shot to get their last ball in, but it left the cue ball in a miserable position. So they went for a miracle shot, and there's no way, there's zero chance this goes in. Oh yeah, that's right, nice! Heck yeah. Yeah, that was awful. Computer stole victory from itself. So then game 5 was pretty miserable for me. The computer won. Game 6, I had a pretty good performance and took it. Game 7, the computer won yet again. In game 8, the computer was going for their 8-ball shot, but you have to call which pocket it will go in. If you sink it, but in a different pocket, you lose the game. Which, yeah, that's what happened here. It all came down to the final game now. I was just absolutely on fire this game. It seemed like no matter what I did, it was always great. Like, look, I had this totally skillful shot that wasn't luck-based at all. Nah. Oh, it went in anyway, I got lucky. Oh, I knocked his in. The computer was down huge, then they made the big mistake of scratching while I'm on the 8-ball. It was the easiest shot of my life, and I won the first round. My next matchup was against Dick T. Stick. Great name. I mean, yeah, there's not much else to say, we're just playing pool over and over again. You get what's advertised when you're playing a pool simulator, you know? One cool thing the game includes is you have an ELO rating like you would have in chess. I guess if you somehow had a ton of friends to play this with, you could have like an in-game ranking system among all of them, but let's be real, who's gonna do all that? I took down Richard the Stick 5 games to 2, and then I was in the finals. And here we go up against old Hank Rupsey. He took down Bridget Digits in a close semifinals match. Again, not much to say here. It was absolute domination. I took Hank down 5 games to 1. It plays a cheesy sounding fanfare and shows a trophy above your name in the bracket, and that's it. Game complete. A few other things to mention the game. It has pretty decent music. It's just like chill lo-fi sounding music. It definitely fits the atmosphere that pool game gives off. I liked it. And of course, the game has much more than 8 ball, so you can play like 9 ball, for instance. But then there's a bunch I've never heard of, like 10 ball, 3 ball, and there's a bunch of others. I mean, that's just it. You're just playing pool. That's the whole game. So yeah, there you have it. My journey to beating Virtual Pool 64. The game wasn't half bad. Like, sure, it's very limited and that you literally only use it to play pool, but you can customize your shot in so many ways, like putting spin on it. There's so many ways to view the ball, and you can change the power you hit it with. There's a dozen or so different types of pool you can play, and as far as what you expect to get out of the game, it pretty much offers it all. That being said, unless you're incredibly into pool, you would get bored of this game pretty quick. I know the video is short, but if you're interested in seeing more of the gameplay, I have a second channel where I upload full streams of these N64 playthroughs, which I will link in the description. I gave it a 7 out of 10 for enjoyability because it's a solid pool simulator. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it other than it's just not much else you can do other than play pool, but for playing pool it does it very well. And I gave it a 2.5 out of 10 for difficulty because it just wasn't that hard. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video, consider giving it a like as it does help the channel a lot. And if you like this series, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. But yeah, thanks for watching, and here's a sneak peek at what is coming next. We have 343 games on the list. What will we get? 3, 2, 1. 235. What's that? Oh, shoot. Pokemon Stadium. Okay.